All right, guys, I'm back. It's a few minutes after 7:15. I'm about 65 pips on the remaining piece. I've been piecing myself out of this trade. I'll put the P&L up here as it's been coming down. It's held the 8 EMA all morning. And you know, if you watch my other videos, that's what I love to see, especially after a clean A1 breakout. Go back and watch the bread and butter Forex strategy video I posted. It's like got over 1,000 views already in just the first few days, which is awesome. I'm glad that you guys are liking it. Go check that out because that explains in more detail this A1 system. You're going to see it's the same system here that I used in that video because it's the same patterns. So here, just to kind of recap it one more time, my plan with the rest of this trade, just so you understand, we're maxed out ADR. I only have about 5% of the original position left in. It's very, very small. It's almost meaningless. But I want to try to get in the habit. I've been slowly working myself into the habit of holding these trades until they tell me to get out. This is still outside the 8 EMA. This hasn't even broken back through the 8 yet. So there's still potential for it to come lower. So I want to give it that space, give it that time, which is why the stop is locked in profit. And again, I'm still running this small piece up about 67 pips you can see here. If you look back at last night, the consolidation we were talking about, that structure of lower highs, as you see, and that bottom set at 1.2034, that structure to me speaks volumes. So when we get the breakout of that structure, some people will look at this and they'll try to find reasons not to take a trade. They'll say, look, there's pins here, there's pins here, there's pins here. Right, guys. But when we break right there and you've broken through with your A1 signal, if you're on our team, you have to be able to say, okay, I might not love this thing, but that is an entry. And my job as a trader in our system, in whatever system you're using, my job is to show up and execute, not worry about the result. I need to take good trades that follow the right process. So today, did I love the setup? No, I hate CHF pairs. I think they're slow. When this was only up like 3-4 pips, I was like, oh man, this is slow. This is slow. Let's go, let's go. You know what I mean? I like my pairs that move. On top of that, it was still inside the Asian range, like I told you in the beginning. So no, it was not something I loved, but I knew because of the TDI, because of the EMAs, I knew that that A1, if it did fall, I would look back on it and say, why didn't I take that trade for something and put some type of money into it? You know what I mean? So that's why you read the risk, you set your stop, and you manage that trade candle by candle and let it do its thing. And as you can see this morning, we're still now pushing. GBP is taking a beating. And it, to me, is driven by what's going on, I think, with oil. Look at Euro GBP going through ADR to the upside here, right? As Euro GBP comes higher, GBP pairs, GBP base pairs come lower, like GbpChf, GbpJPY, look at GJ, right? Way through ADR as well. Look at GU, way through ADR now, okay? GCHF for our trade, pushing lower. Let's take a look at FX trade, up over 70 now. So my plan here is to let the trade tell me when it's done. Because I have most of my entry out, I like to put the stop in a position where I know it can still breathe, but I also know that this could be a great entry to start the week and we could fall away from this for a few days. Why not leave a piece in and see if I find other entries as we go into Wednesday and Thursday of this week and then just add back in, you know what I mean? You want to stay with that trend, stay with the bias. But the thing that I think you should try to take out of this is that even though it wasn't a super solid setup to me, not one of my favorite pairs, it still created readable risk reward, and our job is to show up and take trades that follow the system when probabilities are in our favor. You don't take every trade you see. You can't take every C setup. But when you narrow it down and you say, look, there's like one thing wrong with this, we're in the Asian range, but everything else is telling me that this is a trade I'm going to look back on and want to be involved in. If that's the case, you got to put money in it, even to a small extent. Put 0.5% on it. 0.5% that goes 10R, you're going to be happy with that win. You're not going to get 10R, you're going to be at 5R. You're going to be very happy with that win. So for me, now look at this thing. 9 pips or so, 8 pips or so was my original risk. Now it's up over 73. It's crazy, but it's not, because it's behind repeatable systems using the volatility that's created by the coronavirus, by the economic shutdown, by last night they said Kim Jong-un is really sick in the hospital for whatever reason. It's driven by the oil crash yesterday. It's driven by all this uncertainty here in the FX markets because these things don't go to zero. Exchange rates don't go to zero unless the currency disappears. This just increases the size of these moves. That's why I keep screaming to you guys, now is the time to get involved in trading. So I hope that you took some value out of the video today. Again, I'm most out of this trade. I'll put the P&L here so you can see that. I'm going to let the rest of this go, but I want to wrap the video here for you guys so I can get it edited and get it posted for you. If you found any value, please hit the subscribe, give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask for, the thumbs up. Really, really help the YouTube algorithm so I can continue to reach more people. We're growing, and I really just appreciate all the sharing and all the thumbs ups that you guys give us. It's really what motivates me and Riley to keep going for you. So Again, I hope you found value. Thumbs up if you did. Drop a comment if you have any questions. If there's anything else you need me to go into about this trade, you can always reach out to me. My email is in the description. And check out the other videos I put in the description as well. They'll show you more examples of this repeatable system. You'll see the same pattern that I explained to you here used every other day on some of these other trades on my live trade recap playlist. So you'll check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, this thing is continuing, so we'll see if we reach 100 on this. Check out my Instagram. You can follow me up here if you want to see how this trade plays out. But again, P&L, enjoy it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your trading day, and I'll see you in the next trade.